What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rav back at it for last week today, your weekly esports news show. That's a week too late, so let's get into it with our top 5 stories of the week, everybody. We'll start off with some 5 quickies going on. Story number 1 is that the PS5 is set to release this holiday season in 2020. Now that can be anywhere between October and January 2021, but I'm sure we'll find out as the time goes on. The PS5 so far we know is set to have an SSD along with adaptive controllers, which really make you feel like you're shooting a bow and arrow. Their words, not mine, but it sounds pretty cool and I'm on board for that. Story number 2 is that, it's okay, it's fine. This is what your jump cuts for. Just do jump cuts, Ali, it'd be easier. We don't have to put transition every single time, like just jump cut it. Story number 2, why can't I talk? Story number 2 is that the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, yes, starring Jimmy Fallon, recently had the winners of the Overwatch League tournament, Sinatra and Super, from the San Francisco Shock on the actual stage.
Gosh, that's like 40 pounds.
It's legit. This is the best trophy I've ever seen in my life
Now, he talked to them with their magnificent Reinhardt trophy about what it's like to play Overwatch as their team and just the overall game in general. I'm sure he was the coolest about the game and everything they do as after the interview as he was before as well. But I'm sure he proceeded to laugh loudly and bang on the desk nonsensically as he does.
Look at this part. Look at this. It finally.
Host, am I right? Story number 3, with another athlete getting into the overall esports game, Ronaldinho has now become an ambassador for Scuf gaming controller. Now this is all in support of his new and own esports team, the S10, which is set to be a FIFA-only team containing the best Brazilian players from around the world, and Brazil mainly. But we'll see how that goes on. I'm actually quite excited for it. This is the first time I've actually heard of a player really sponsoring and really building a team on his own. Should be really cool. And finally, moving on for an update from the group stages, everybody. Now quote me on all of this because I know I'm gonna be right. Now we got 3 out of 4 right, and that's not too bad. I have to be honest, I only picked Mega because I like the elephant logo. It was pretty cool and I loved elephants. Moving on to group stages, we have Hong Kong Attitude, Splice, Clutch Gaming, and Damwon in that order in groups A, B, C, and D. GG and RIP to Clutch. We'll see you. Now moving on to our biggest stories of the actual day. League of Legends and Red Bull have now created an entire global sponsorship ecosystem. Before, as you talked about, Red Bull was only sponsored by G2 and Cloud9, but they have extended that to all across all of their games. What that means is now the Red Bull logo will not appear on their broadcast. They'll have a Red Bull playing area around all the world stages where everybody can practice and go and stream and do all sorts of things. And they even have a Red Bull can with the world's theme on it too. Can't wait to get one because Red Bull tastes like shit. Not really, sponsor us, Red Bull, please. But one of the most interesting things so far is that Red Bull will have a tournament. And I mean a tournament, everybody, sponsored by a league so that plebs like me and you can go to All-Stars. And now it'll be called the Player One Championship. And it'll be a one-on-one tournament with people from all across the world. So you can't blame your team on this one. I will see you on the Rift for that. I will beat all of you, and me and Faker will be best friends. I promise it. Now, our final story of the week, and quite possibly the biggest one we've covered in months. I want to talk about Hong Kong and Hearthstone in a segment I like to call Big Oof. Let's get serious, everybody. Thank you for joining me down here. Recently, the professional Hearthstone player Blitzchung from China was in a broadcast, a live stream per se, talking about his tournament and his winnings and so far proceeding Hearthstone things that generally do happen. He then proceeded to put on a goggles and a gas mask and talk to the casters about liberating Hong Kong, who then hid their faces in shame.
结束，我们就什么也都不要聊了。然后你随时可以开始，头先低下来。
光复香港，时代革命。
Now the ban hammer came down on him swiftly, as Blizzard banned him for the next 12 months and proceeded to hold all of his current and future tournament winnings that could have possibly been given to him. That's insane. Going past that too, they then proceeded to also ban the hosters of that live stream too for absolutely no reason and remove any traces and clips from their Hearthstone channel and anywhere on Blizzard media. But of course, because the internet is the internet, that clip stayed and has now spread like wildfire. Due to the immediate backlash that they received because of this and the bans that they're placing subsequently, Blizzard looks like they're trying to silence their fans, their people, and showing that they're in support of the current Chinese government and the actions they've taken. And that's not really popular with the people there. Due to the backlash they got too, they also had to private a lot of the social media channels with their Reddit being also put on private too, with no word from the moderators or anybody else as to why this is happening. Going forward from that too, many people saw this as Blizzard going against free speech and against the liberation of the Hong Kong people. But that's just not me. That's from everybody else, especially from lawmakers and senators alike, like Marco Rubio saying that this is the company taking a stance against free speech. But that's not us saying it. See, now here at Rumble, we don't want to get political and we don't want to take stances. But all we want to say is that talk with your wallets, not with your tweets, because that's how people listen, unfortunately. But that's just a story, without my opinion. But let us know what you guys think. What's been going on? As Blizzard's stock falls swiftly, what will the company do to possibly salvage this situation? Let me know.